Everybody has their packet in front of them.
Yep.
With their name on it.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So today we're going to talk about economic incentives. We know what the word economic means, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about economics. It's the way the economy works, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about this word, incentives.
What the heck?
I know, it's a big word. This is one of your vocabulary words that you might have to remember for your test.
Vocabulary.
So, an incentive is something that motivates you, something that encourages you to make a choice. In this case, it's going to be an economic choice. So, economic incentives can either be positive or negative. Positive or negative. If you want to write it on the side somewhere of your paper, you can, but you don't have to because you'll be getting this packet back and it will be there for you to study when it comes time for the test. So I'm reading at the top of chapter 15, and I'm going to skip the first little paragraph. I'm going to start where it's highlighted with economic incentive. An economic incentive is something that encourages people to make a certain choice or behave a certain way. An incentive usually involves money, but it doesn't have to. Incentives can also offer goods and services. For example, I'm reading in the boxes here. Your neighbor offers you $10 to water her plants while she is out of town. You want to earn $10, so you water her plants. You earn extra money, and your neighbor's plants don't die. That's an example of an incentive. Now, that particular example is a positive incentive. A positive incentive is something good that you get in return for making a certain choice.
So a negative is when you don't get anything.
So a positive is something good. You get a reward. A negative incentive is when something bad will happen if you make a certain choice. So let me talk about a few more examples here. A positive incentive, say I really want a toy that's in the Happy Meal at McDonald's. So I buy the Happy Meal. It's a positive incentive because I get something good out of it. I get the toy, right? It's a reward. Yes?
But if you don't get something that you want, it's a negative.
Yes, if you don't get something that you want, it's a negative incentive. An example of a negative incentive, if I go and get in my car and I decide to go speed, I'm going to get a speeding ticket, which means I have to pay money as a punishment. That's a negative incentive. So I'm going to be motivated not to speed in my car because I don't want to get a speeding ticket and I don't want to have to pay money. So a positive incentive is a reward for making a choice. A negative incentive is a punishment for making a certain choice.
So negative is punishment. Positive.
Exactly. So let's talk about, let's skip down to the bottom of your paper to where it says quick review. I'll take questions in a minute, Kinsley. So at the bottom, you have 3 questions and you're going to circle 1. So I will go ahead and read those questions and you guys are going to choose what answer you think is best. Quietly on your own, choose. Economic incentives are used to influence the A, money, B, toys, or C, choices that we make. So in your packet, you're going to circle one of the answers at the bottom section of the page. What do economic incentives influence? Do they influence the money, the toys, or the choices that we make? Number 2, what choice does a prize in a box of cereal encourage you to make? Say you really want the prize in the box of cereal. A, buy oatmeal. B, buy cereal. Or C, choose a healthier breakfast food. You really want the prize in the box of cereal. So what choice are you going to make? You're going to buy oatmeal, buy the cereal, or choose a different breakfast food? And number 3, your community government gives a $5 gift card to people who recycle their plastic and glass items. What choice does that encourage you to make? A, throw the glass and plastic in the trash. B, recycle the glass and plastic. Or C, drink more juice. Are you going to throw it away? If your community is offering a $5 gift card to recycle, are you going to throw it away, recycle it, or drink more juice? When everybody is finished with that section, give me a quiet thumbs up so that I can see you are done. Good here, good there, good here, good. All right, hands down. So, economic incentives influence the economic choices that we make. We talked about economic choices last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
So the incentive is going to lead to the choice that you make. It's going to help you decide. If it's a positive or negative, that's going to help you make the choice. Everybody understand that?
Yep.
So remember, a positive incentive, you get rewarded for making a choice. A negative incentive, you get punished for making a choice. So everybody turn the page in your packet and in your book. Yes, ma'am. You may highlight if you would choose, if it's highlighted in your book. Kinsley, you have a question. That would not be a negative incentive because, I mean, it would be a negative thing that happened, but it's not motivating you to buy the meal because you already bought the meal. Does that make sense? So Kinsley had a good question. She said, if you go to McDonald's and you buy the Happy Meal and there's no toy in it, would that be a negative incentive? This is not a negative incentive. That's a negative thing that happened. That's not fun. It's not a good thing that happened that you didn't get a toy. It's not a punishment for making a good choice to buy a Happy Meal. So, does that make sense, Kinsley? Yeah? Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
You're not being punished. You just happen to not get a toy and Happy Meal.
You're just
Stinks,
unlucky.
but you're not being punished for buying the meal. Sterling, question.
Will this all be on the test?
This will be on the test. You guys are going to get these packets back after I grade them, and you're going to be able to use them. You're going to use all your resources that you get from this unit to study for your test. So when you get them back, keep them in your social studies folder so that you can study them for later. Did somebody else have a question? I thought I saw a hand up.